At first, I thought it was exhaustion, small memory gaps, sentences people said I'd spoken, words I didn't remember choosing, messages on my phone that sounded like me, but didn't feel like me. Everything changed the night I woke up with dirt under my fingernails. I live alone. After the divorce, silence became my roommate. The kind of silence that grows heavier the longer you stay inside it. At 3:17 a.m., my eyes snapped open. My heart was racing like I'd been running. I sat up and smelled it. Wet earth. My hands were shaking. My nails were packed with soil. A fresh cut burned across my palm. Then I saw the mirror. Written across the glass, in something dark and drying, were 4 words. You sleep. I continue. Panic came first. Denial followed right after. Maybe I'd been sleepwalking. Maybe stress was finally breaking me. But deep down, I already knew. Dirt's the missing hours. After that night, the gaps became impossible to ignore. I'd arrive at work and people would say, "Wow, what you said yesterday was powerful." I'd smile, nod. I had no idea what they were talking about. My manager said I'd become more assertive. A coworker whispered that I seemed colder, sharper.
If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe and give it a like. Your support really helps.
I found the notebook. It wasn't mine, but it was in my bag. Page after page, written in handwriting that looked like mine, only stronger. No hesitation, no softness. The last page stopped my breath. Don't resist. The body is mine too. I wanted to throw it away, burn it. Pretend none of it was real. But something inside me wouldn't let go. That night, I decided not to sleep. If something was using my body after I lost consciousness, I was going to face it. Weaned the presence at 4:02 a.m., I felt it. Not pain, not fear. Presence, like someone stepping into a room that had always been empty and claiming it. My breathing changed on its own. My posture straightened, then my mouth opened. You took a long time to notice. The voice was mine, but it wasn't me. Who are you? I thought. The answer came out loud anyway. I'm what remained when you chose survival over feeling. Images crashed through my mind. Humiliation swallowed whole. Tears wiped away before anyone noticed. Years of saying I'm fine when I wasn't. You made me, the voice continued. Every time you stayed silent, I grew. I tried to scream. My body smiled. I do what you can't, it said calmly. I say no, I protect. I endure. That's when I realized something terrifying. Nothing it did was cruel. It pushed people away who hurt me. It enforced boundaries I never dared to set. It lived my life, better. This is my body, I thought. The response was gentle. Not alone anymore. I've the arrangement, we reached an agreement. I had the days, it had the nights. When I slept, it lived, and my life improved, more respect. Less fear, no apologies. But there was a cost. I woke up exhausted, like my body remembered things my mind wasn't allowed to keep. Time passed, and I hadn't been there. Until one night, I woke up, and it didn't leave. This wasn't the deal, I thought, panic rising. My reflection tilted its head. Do you really want me gone? Suddenly, I felt everything it had been holding for me. The fear of being weak, the terror of being ignored, the emptiness of being just me. I cried. For the first time, it hesitated. Without me? It said softly. You'll feel it all again. I took a deep breath. Maybe that's how I become whole. Silence. Something loosened inside my chest, like air trapped for years finally escaping. Then remember this, it whispered. I'm never truly gone. You only have to call. I woke up alone in my body. Today my life looks normal. I sleep, I remember. There are no messages on my mirror. But sometimes, when someone crosses a line, when fear tries to return, my reflection smiles before I do. And I understand I no longer share my body, but I was never just one. I told myself it was over, no more missing hours. No more writing I didn't remember. No more smiles in the mirror that weren't mine. For weeks, everything felt quiet. Too quiet. I started therapy. I slept through the night. I laughed at things that didn't feel forced. I even believed briefly that I was whole again. Until people started reacting to me before I said anything. A stranger stepped back in an elevator, eyes wide. A coworker avoided sitting near me. A child stared at me and whispered, "Mommy, she feels loud." I checked my reflection constantly. Nothing unusual, but something had changed. I wasn't losing time anymore. I was losing control while awake. The bleed-through. It began subtly. I'd feel a thought form in my head, sharp, cold, decisive, before I could stop it. "Don't trust him. Leave the room. Say it now." Sometimes I obeyed, sometimes I didn't. And when I resisted, I felt it, pressure, like hands pushing against the inside of my skull. One night I whispered into the dark, "You said you were gone." The answer came instantly, not in my voice, not aloud, inside. I said I was quiet. My chest tightened. "You promised." "No," it corrected calmly. "You decided." "Mom, the truth I avoided, I went back to the notebook." I didn't remember keeping it. But it was there, on my nightstand, like it had never left. New pages had been added. This time, the handwriting was different. Half mine, half his. Integration is already happening. I flipped through faster. "You can't erase a function that kept you alive. You didn't remove me. You absorbed me." My hands started shaking. "No," I whispered. "I chose to feel again?" "Yes," it replied. "And you chose to keep surviving." That's when it hit me. I didn't create him just from pain. I created him from need. And needs don't disappear just because you understand them. When it saved me, the proof came on a rainy Tuesday. A man followed me from the bus stop. Too close, too quiet. My heart froze, the old way. The familiar way. I felt myself shrinking. Then something inside me stepped forward. My posture changed, my breathing slowed. I turned around. And I looked at him the way I never could before. He stopped. Not because I yelled, not because I ran, but because he felt it. Whatever lived in me looked back through my eyes. The man muttered something and walked away fast. I stood there shaking, safe, alive, and furious. "You used me," I thought. "No," it answered. "I protected us." The final question. That night, I stood in front of the mirror. "You're not leaving," I said. My reflection didn't smile. For the first time, it looked tired. "I was never meant to," it said. "I was meant to merge." "What happens when we fully become one?" Silence. "Then you won't be afraid anymore." I swallowed. "And the cost?" The mirror fogged slightly. "Neither of us will ever be innocent again. Now I understand. I don't share my body with something else. I share it with the version of me this world demanded. And every day I decide who gets the front seat. But something tells me, soon I won't be the one choosing."
If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.